Trials in England, hat tricks after ACLs, and nightmares in Portugal. All that and more in this episode of the Ladcast featuring Dillon Keane. Subscribe or else. And now, the interview. He scores wherever he wants. He's on his way to be chilling in England, and he's only 19 years of age. It's Dillon Keane. Welcome on to the Ladcast.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Of course. So, really quickly, there's no way that you're related to Robbie Keane, right?
I'm not, unfortunately. Get asked that question.
There you go. Well, it's okay. You can be related in spirit because the world is always better with a Keane up top. So I got to start with that hype video that I saw on your Instagram. If you haven't seen it, you got it. It's pretty heat. You've got Runnin' from the Creed 2 soundtrack playing over some dope shots and drone footage. What went into making that video?
I don't know. It's kind of like my friend asked me, he's like, hey, like, I can make a video for you. And I was like, you know, like, that sounds sick. And like, I just want to like put it out there just because I wasn't really like with a club. So I wanted like, I'm still working. Like, I'm ready.
The other thing I want to mention on your Instagram is that on the previous picture, congrats on being absolutely shredded, by the way. You got some Roman numerals tattooed on your upper chest. What do those numbers mean?
So I got that tattoo like actually just a year ago, but both my mom and dad's birthdays. I mean, I kind of got it just because it's not something I'm ever gonna regret. They're like inspirations to me. Let's
get to it then. News broke out just a few days ago that you're on your way to trial with Barnsley of the Championship, which is currently Daryl Dike's stomping grounds. How excited are you?
Man, I'm so pumped. I mean, it's a great opportunity to go to a club like that. Like, if I can get anywhere close to that first team, like it just sets me up to like for a better career, like great opportunities. And I mean, playing in the championship is no joke. Like, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've been there before in England, so like I'm not really worried about like adapting. Like I know what the football's like and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, do you have sort of like a timeline of like when you go or like when you hear from the process? Is that trip planned or is it something you don't know yet?
I think it's gonna be within the next couple of weeks. I'm just waiting for a confirmation when. I'm assuming they'll probably be start of April around then that I'll go over. I mean, I'm probably going to have to quarantine and stuff like that before, so it might be a little before that I leave. That's kind of the plan right now. I'm just waiting for confirmations.
If you're allowed to say, are there any other possible championship teams that you are going to be trying with?
I can't say yet just because none of them are confirmed, but I think that there can definitely be, we're working on some other opportunities while I'm over in Europe.
Having previously played abroad with the Stoke Youth Academy, do you think that you have what it takes and that background sort of knowledge maybe will help you to make it again?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely just seeing like the coaching styles and kind of what they want from their players. Obviously, it's not going to be the exact same, but I feel like for the most part, the way teams play in England are kind of similar, especially like championship. I know Premier League's a bit different.
Let's deep dive into that in that time at Stoke. So you were there for about a year, suffering an ACL injury in the midst of it all. What can you say about your experience in the Stoke Academy?
When I got there, I tore my ACL. So like obviously that's just not a good time. Like, and I rehabbed there and everything. And like, it's just no matter what, an ACL recovery is never going to just go smoothly. Like it's not 6 months and you're back. Obviously ups and downs and stuff. And then I got back from injury. First game back, I scored a hat trick in 30 minutes, which was kind of huge for me and just like my confidence coming back from that. Just because not playing for so long, it's just mentally, it's like, damn, like tough. My guys on the Stoke team, like I still keep in touch with them. Like it is a good club. Unfortunately, like it didn't work out to where I stayed there, kind of progressed there, but I'm still thankful for the time.
So speaking on that hat trick for the under-19s, how special of a moment was that for you?
It was definitely huge for me. I mean, going from the injury to that was kind of like an overnight thing because it just like made me feel like I'm back on track. I still am the player that I was before the injury. And I mean, it just kind of put my name back out there again, like maybe national, because I was with the US under-17, like I was in that pool. I also have Irish citizenship and they were like interested.
As you said before, it was on the USMNT Only page. Having that story spread across social media, was that motivational to you to keep going?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, when you see like that getting posted about you, I mean, obviously I'm not there yet, but like I want to be posted more on other pages, not just them. And other things too. Like, I mean, it's just great to like kind of see your name getting out there. It's something I want to keep doing, and it's definitely something that motivates me.
We talked about the ups. Let's talk about the downs too. So your ACL injury, what are your emotions like in a time like that when you're suddenly forced back out of the game and have to work your way back?
It was definitely a crazy experience just because up until I got injured, every single thing that could be going right was going right. Like, I was in the national team mix. I was going from San Jose to Stoke. Like, just everything was kind of building up. And then just out of nowhere, like, I think it was like a week after I was like in Japan with the national team and stuff. And then I just was playing in a game and just it goes. And it wasn't even like a non-contact injury, which are a lot of ACL injuries. It was off a tackle. I was like, did I tear my ACL? Like, I don't know. Just because before that, I never had a bad injury or anything like that. It was definitely tough at first, but then I was motivated to get back into playing and stuff.
You also have a background in the San Jose Academy. You played there on, I believe, either side of your stint in Europe. What was your time with San Jose like?
Well, when I was playing my U15, U16 period, I was at San Jose, and that was a good experience. When I came back, it was definitely not the same. I think that me leaving them to go to Stoke made things complicated with the club just because they wanted like money, that type of stuff. Like, so then when I came back, I don't think they were as happy with me. Like, I don't know. I wasn't enjoying it. Like, I just wanted to be like, oh, I want to get back to Europe. So, I mean, it was definitely a weird experience the second time around. I'm kind of past that now. I didn't go back to them this fall or spring season. I just wanted to focus on myself.
Do you have an idea maybe of some of the differences between the European side of academies and the American?
With the academy here, it's not as driven to play pro. There's a lot of guys that are satisfied going to play college at some type of level and like going out weekends, like kind of messing around. In England, like everyone wants to be pro. Like people aren't thinking like, I mean, because college soccer isn't a thing there, really. I think the biggest difference is the mentality. Like, everyone's working day in, day out.
In the summer of 2017, you were called into the US Under-16s camp. This squad features players like Gio Reyna, Brian Reynolds, and Julian Araujo. What do you remember about your first ever camp?
It was a great experience. I mean, obviously, like, those players weren't who they are today. So it was different. Like, I'm sure how they are now is different, too. Like, I mean, I'm not in touch with all those guys in the same way anymore. It's motivational for me. Like, I know I was with them at that level before. Like, I want to be with them at that level now.
In such a big group, in a camp like that, could you tell which Americans were a step ahead of the others?
I mean, for me, like, I was kind of like, I wasn't really thinking of it like that. I was like, just kind of like, how can I be better than the guy ahead of me? Like, because I want to start. I think some of the players that kind of stood out. I mean, obviously Gio stood out just because he was younger than us. Like, I think he was probably a year younger than most of us. And like, just the fact that he was there was kind of like, it said a lot. And then, I mean, I thought Taylor Booth was always really good. Just, he's so solid in the way that he plays and stuff like that. And then, Uli,
yeah,
like he was in my position and just the way that he played, really skillful and like he's smart on the ball and stuff like that. So, I mean, I definitely took away like some of the stuff he did in games.
Do you have any stories in your career that you like to tell?
This whole period, this year, since last year, like COVID and everything, like I've done just about everything to like get myself back involved with like professional, like getting back over to Europe and stuff like that. And I went to Portugal. It was a disaster. It was the worst situation ever. Like I get there, like this guy picks me up and he like sends me to this like kind of apartment type of thing. And then it's like they just forgot about me because I had to wait for my COVID test and no food for like maybe I think it was 36 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was that bad. So, and the club wasn't that great. It was like a second or third division Portugal team. So like, I mean, I was just kind of doing it out of desperation at that point. But I was like, nah, like I'm not doing this. Like it's just not right to not even eat food. So I was only in Portugal for a couple of days. Like I did not stay for that just because I didn't get fed. It was kind of tough.
What would you say that's been so far your favorite memory in football, whether it's you playing it, seeing on the TV, or just being around it?
I mean, in person, I support Manchester United.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but I got to go to the 8-2 game versus Arsenal.
Oh wow.
That was the first game I've went to that was Manchester United, which was like, how lucky could I get?
Oh my God,
like,
yeah.
So that's got to be my favorite moment. Just, I think I was 11 or 12 years old when that happened. Rooney hat trick, and then some of the goals that Ashley Young scored in that game were, yeah, it was crazy.
If you could set a goal for yourself for a year from today, what goal would that be?
I mean, I definitely want to be like out of club, hopefully like knocking on the door for first team in Europe. Hopefully it's with Barnsley. We'll see. Because I like what they're doing at their club right now, and I want to be on a team fighting for that first team spot.
Well, let's hope that that Barnsley is usually better than Portugal, and you can have some success there.
Yeah, I mean, I know the language, so I think
there you go. That's the first out of many positives for sure.
Yeah.
Dillon, thanks so much for your time. It's been a real honor. I wish you the best of luck in England. I know you'll kill it. The Ladcast Academy just got a great striker, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was great talking to you.
Thank you, and have a great trial. And again, best of luck.